Let's start our class. Okay, so in our last class, we finished page number 47, right? So we did the LCMs, the HCFs and all. I gave two of the HCFs to find out the answer of, but I just checked and nobody have submitted it. So if you don't try, you will never know that the right way of doing it or not. Okay, so let's go to page number 48. Hopefully we can finish this chapter by today, okay? So let's be efficient. Okay, so in the question, they will be giving us some hint to find out whether we have to do the LCM or HCF, right? Because we are going through the exercise of this chapter only. So very few maths will be there, which will need some other things to do, but mostly they will be dealing with the HCF and LCM, okay? So what is the minimum number of chocolates needed to be divided equally among 18 boys and 27 girls? So which one is the word over here? The hint.
Minimum is the hint.
Minimal is the hint. So, Amrin, Rahman Manha, I'm calling you Amrin. So, if the keyword is minimum, as they have said, what should we do? Should we do LCM or HCF?
Means LCM.
LCM, very good. So, we will write in this way. We will write the LCM of 18 and 27 will be what they have asked, the minimum number of chocolates. So will be the minimum number of chocolates needed. Okay, so we need to start with a sentence and we should tell them at the very beginning that we know that we need to do LCM, or if it was HCF, so that after reading the first line, the teacher understands that, okay, the student knows that she has to do the, or he has to do the HCF or LCM. Okay, so that's why we need to state that the LCM of 18 and 27, as you can see, these are the only two numbers. So obviously we need to find out the LCM of these. So the LCM of 18 and 27 will be the minimum number of chocolates needed. Okay, so let's do the LCM. We will be doing the conventional way. We will be doing with this way. Okay, so can I take 2 as the common divisor?
Yeah.
Again, the first one is even, but the second one is not even, right? We cannot.
No.
So let's go to the next one. It is 3.
We
So
can
both
take
are
3.
divisible by 3? Yes, they are, right? So we will get 3 6 are 18 and 3 9s are 27. We cannot again take by 3. We cannot take 2, right? Because 6 is even, but 9 is not. So we can take 3 again. So 3 2s are 6, 3 3s are 9. Can I take any more?
No.
Cannot, because 2 and 3 both are prime numbers. So we can stop over here and we can write LCM is equal to all the numbers as we are doing the LCM. So 3 times 3 times 2 times 3. Okay, so what it will be, 3 3s are 9, 9 2s are 18, 3 18s are, 3 8s are 24. We will have 2, 3 1s are 3 4 5, 54. Okay, so we can directly go to the answer line that the
Means I also got the same answer by using 9.
means we all both are right. So the minimum number of chocolates is 54. Or you can write minimum 54 chocolates are needed. Okay, you can make it on your own. So remember, in this LCM or HCF type of question, if we only have to do LCM or HCF, we should state at the beginning, okay, that the LCM of this and this and this will be what they have asked. Then we will just show them the workout of the LCM or the HCF, and then we will write the answer line. Are we all done copying this? Okay, I think all of you are done.
I can't see the last line.
Oh, you can write as well that 54 is the minimum number of chocolate if you want. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Can you do this one by yourself? Let me show you. This is the same thing, but you have to understand we have to do LCM or HCF. They have written what is the maximum number of students among whom 22 mangoes and 66 lychees will be divided equally. Okay? So try it by yourself. Remember, we should state in the beginning that the LCM of 22 or 66 or the HCF of 22 and 66 will be the maximum number of students. Okay, you have to write that. For now, I am just stopping the sharing. Do it by yourself, and in the meantime, I am also doing it. Okay, then we will match. We are doing number 11.
Means done.
Okay, wait. Have you written with the first line?
Yes,
Or you
Miss.
just did the workout?
Miss, can you share the screen for a little time? I didn't write.
You have the book?
Yes.
Page 48, question number 11.
Miss, I'm done.
Okay, I'm giving you 1 more minute. It should be done by that. And remember, you should start with the line. The LCM of this and this will be the maximum number of students, or if you think it's HCF, you have to write the HCF of this and this will be the maximum number of students. Mahapara, turn your camera on. Alia, Zarifa Noor, Rafid Mahmood. Okay, so what do you think? We need to do the LCM or HCF to find the maximum number of students?
Miss,
HCM.
HCF. Okay, let me share the screen. So this should be our answer. The
Miss,
HCF
it will
of
be HCF.
22 and 66 will be the maximum number of students. We need to state that at first, and then we need to do the HCF. So at first, as both of them are even, we can take 2. So we got 11 and 33. As you can see, we cannot take either of them with 2. We cannot take with 3, 4, 5, or 6, or 7, 8, 9, or whatever. We can only take with 11. So 11 will go to 11 one time, and 11 will go to 33 3 times. And as we are doing the HCF, we can only take the side two numbers, right? Not the bottom ones. So we just need to multiply 2 with 11 and get 22. So the answer line is the maximum number of students is 22. Okay? So is this match with your one?
Yeah. Yes, Miss, but I use 11
Yes,
at the
Miss.
first place.
but I used 11 the first.
Okay, it's okay.
Yeah, same.
But as I have said that you should try to build the habit to start with a small number. Okay? Like always go for 2 first, then 3 in this way. It will be beneficial for you in the long run. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Number 12. Okay, so they have said there are trees at a distance of every 12 meter. Suppose this is a tree, this is a tree, this is a tree. So they are apart from each other by 12 meter. Okay? And lampposts of every 20 meters. So maybe there is a lamppost, there is a lamppost, and the distance between them is 20 each and every time. Okay, so they're saying that if the tree and the lamppost are side by side at the beginning of the road, after how many meters will be the tree and lamppost side by side again? Okay, so do you think if we want to find out the distance, will we find out the longer distance or the shortest distance?
Shortest
The
distance.
shortest, right? So that means we need to do the LCM. Okay. So the question is looking a bit bigger, but it's just the same as the last one that we have done. Okay, so we will write the LCM of, what are the two numbers? 12 and 20 will be the distance where the tree and the lamppost will be side by side. As they have said that after how many meters or what's the distance that the tree and the lamppost will be side by side again. So the LCM of 12 and 20 will be the distance where the tree and the lamppost will be side by side. Okay, let's do the LCM of 12 and 20 then. So 12 and 20. So both are even. We can take 2. So that will give us 6 and 10. Both are even as well. So we can take 2 again. It will give us 3 and 5. So we cannot take any more because 3 and 5 both are prime numbers. So we can stop here. Yes, and write 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. Remember, we are doing LCM, so we need to multiply all the numbers, including the bottom ones. So that will give us 2 times 2, 4, 4 times 3, 12, 12 times 5, 60. So 60 meter, okay? The answer line will be after 60 meter, the tree and lamppost will be side by side.
Miss done.
Okay. Mahapara, is there something wrong with your camera? Okay, let's move on. We are done with 12. So let's do number 13. We have done something like this before, but it was not divided into two parts. But they have here the same math divided into two parts. Okay. So we can see 13 have two parts, A and B, sorry, 1 and 2. So let's read the first stem, the story or whatever is happening over there. So after 3 bells ring together, they begin to ring at intervals of, that means after every 15 or 20 or 25 minutes, that's the interval, the gap between two ring bells. Okay. So 3 bells at first rang together, but then the first one rang after every 15 minutes, the second one rang after every 20 minutes, and the third one rang after every 25 minutes. Okay? But they are asking in the first one that after how many minutes will the bells ring together again? So it's the same as the tree and the post one, right? The first tree and the lamppost was together, and then they were like after different distances. But we need to find out the LCM to find out that when again they will be there standing side by side. This is the same, but we have 3 bells instead of one tree and one lamppost. So they have rang together, but after ringing one time together, their intervals are different. But obviously there will be a time when they will be ringing together. That minimum amount of time we need to find out. So that will be the LCM, right? So number 1 will be
LCM is 3
yes,
0.
the LCM of 15, 20, and 25 will be the time when they will ring together. Okay, so we have 15, we have 20, we have 25. We can see only 20 is even, right? So we cannot take 2, we cannot take 3, we can take 5. So 5 will be here. 5 goes to 15 3 times, 4 times, and 5 times. Can we take any more? We cannot.
No.
3 and 5 are prime. 4 is not, but we cannot help 4. So that will be our LCM. So LCM is 5 times 3 times 4 times 5. So 3 5s are 15. 15 times 4 is, did I do something wrong? No, I haven't. Okay, so that will be 60, and 60 times 5 is, 5 zeros are 0, 6 5s are 30. Okay, after 300 what? Minutes. So can anybody tell me 300 minutes means how many hours? If I divide with 60, zeros are cut down. 30 divided by 6 is 5, right? So it should be 5 hours. So after 5 hours, they will be ringing together. That will be the answer line for the first part. That after 5 hours, the bells will ring. Why am I writing T first? Together. I guess nobody has the problem. I just converted the minutes into hours because in the second part, we need hours. Okay, that's why beforehand, I just converted it. So after 5 hours, they will be ringing together. This much is done. So
Yes,
done.
okay.
yes, I'm done.
Okay, so we got to know that after 300 minutes or 5 hours, we can, we can hear the rings together. Okay, let's remember that it is 5 hours. Okay, let's read the second one then. If the bells in the first time they have said that after 3 bells ring together, but they haven't mentioned about when they rang together. Okay, 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., what p.m., we don't know. But in the second one, they said that if the bells first ring together at 1 p.m., at what time? Now, specifically, they want the time, not after how many hours or how many minutes. They want the specific time when they will be ringing together. We know that they will be ringing together after 5 hours. And now, when they have rang together at first, it was 1 p.m. So when do you think they will be ringing together? 1 p.m. was already the time. And after 5 hours, what will be the time?
It will be in 6
6 p.m. Right. So that is the time when they will be ringing together. So let's do that. So this is the second part of number 3. We can write they rang together.
Miss,
Yes.
Miss, I'm today late of one period class because I was in hospital with my mom and I just came home.
Understood. You can just join now and just go through the recording of the class afterwards. Okay. Because we have finished a lot of things. And I talked about that how to write the or start the workouts. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So they ran together at first at 1 p.m. And we also know that they will again ring together after 5 hours. Right? So we can write they will again ring at, it was 1 p.m. and it will be ringing after 5 hours. So yeah, that is 6 p.m. That's it. So the bells will again ring together at 6 p.m. Second math is not that like operative. It's just the idea that you understood the thing or not, because they first in the first part of the question, they haven't said that when they rang together, but they have said that, yeah, they rang together and then the intervals were given. So we just found out that time that when they will be ringing again together after how many minutes or how many hours. So we got the 5 hours. And from there, in the second part, they gave an additional information that was 1 p.m. was the time when they rang together. So if after 5 hours they will be ringing again, so 1 plus 5 will be the time, that is 6 p.m.
Done, Miss.
Okay. Okay, so I hope that you have understood. So let's move on to the next one, which we also have something similar, had something similar. Okay. So it will be a bit, what can I say? Like other knowledges we have to use over here. Not only the LCM or HCF will help us. Okay. So let's read the question first. Should we continue because it will take more than 5 minutes and we have 15 as well. Achha, I guess the 15 I will be keeping for the next class. 14, let's do it. Okay, so a rectangular floor is shown below. You can see the border that they have given. That's a rectangular size, right? So that's a floor. We want to cover the entire floor with square carpets. You can see some of the carpets they have given. The carpets are square in size, right? So, we also haven't left any space between the carpets. That's why they have said that with square carpets without leaving any empty space. Okay, so that means we are using square-shaped carpets to cover our rectangular-shaped floor. So what are the numbers we have? In the story, there is no numbers given, but in the diagram it's given, right? The length of the floor is 48 meters. And the width of the floor is 36 meters. Okay, so these are the two numbers that we have. Okay, let's read the first one. A. Determine the length of one side of the largest square carpet that can be placed on the floor. So the first one, we can apply our LCM HCF knowledge, right? As they are asking for the largest, that means we need to do the HCF.
Oh, yeah, HCF.
We will be writing that A number, that the HCF of, what are the numbers? 48 and 36. So the HCF of 48 and 36 will be the length of, okay, the length of one side of the largest square. One side of the largest square. Okay, so the teacher will be understanding, okay, the student understood that they have to do HCF. So let's do the HCF. 48 and 36, both are even, so we can take 2. That will leave us with 24 and 18. Then again, we can take 2, as both of them are even. It will be 12 and 9. Now you can see one is even, another is not. So 2 is not the option. The next option is 3, and yes, both can be divisible by 3. So 3, and we will get 3 4s are 12 and 3 3s are 9. And we cannot take any more. 4 and 3, they don't have any common divisor. So the HCF will be the multiplication of the side numbers, right? So it is 2 times 2 times 3. That is 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are 12. 12 meters. So this is what? This is the length of one side of the largest square. So we can write the answer. The one side of the largest square is 12 meters. Araf, did we understand? We did, I guess, right? No? Okay, So why we have done the HCF? Because it was written, determine the length of one side of the largest square, right? That's why we did the HCF. That's why we wrote the HCF of the 48 and 36 will be the length of...
largest না থাকতো তখন
If it should have been given largest or the smallest. Otherwise, we cannot do the math.
Please done.
Okay, so as we did the HCF, we found the answer 12 meter. Okay, so that was the one side of a square. And we know that all sides of a square are same. Square is shop side is same. So if the one side is 12, that means all the other sides are 12 as well, right? So just visualize that thing because it will be needed for the second half of the math. So actually we know that the side of the one side are 12. So that means they are all 12. All the sides are 12, 12, 12. Okay, now what they have said that how many such carpets that this 12 meters length and breadth kind of squares, how many of them will be needed to cover the entire floor completely? Okay, so for this one, we need another knowledge, that is the area. We will be finding out the area of the whole room and we will be finding out the area of a square carpet. And then we will divide to find out how many square carpets will be needed to cover the whole area. Understood? So we need to find out the area of the room, that is the rectangle. And then we'll have to find out the area of each square, which is the length having 12, right? Then we can just divide the area of the rectangular room with the area of the carpet. So let's do that. So this is the second one. We can write the area of the room is, do you remember, remember, can you recall what's the formula to find out the area of a rectangle? It's length into breadth, right? Or width, whatever you say. So as we know the length, is 48 and the width is 36. So we need to multiply this two. So we have, what do we have? 48 and 36. And they are in meter and we will put a square because we are talking about area. Okay, remember that. Okay, so if we do the rough work, 48 and 36. 6 8s are 48. We will have 4. 4 6s are 24 and 4 will be 28. We will have a 0. 3 8s are 24. We will have 2. 3 4s are 12. 13, 14. Oh, my...
Miss,
I got disconnected. Now you are not the host. I am again the host. Don't panic. Okay, when I was not there with you, I just did the rough work and I got 1708 the answer. I guess I have done a mistake. It should be 3 8s are 24. So 4 will be there. So we will have 2, 3 4s are 12, 13, 14. The rest is okay. 8 plus 4 is 12. Yeah. So 1728 meter square. Okay, so what did we get? We get the area of the room only. Okay, now what we need to do? We need to find out the area of the carpet as well. So we will write, let's go a bit down. The area of the carpets was the side of was the length of one side of the square 12. We found out in the part A, right? So what's the area of the square? It's also length into breadth. That is 12 times 12, right? So 12 times 12 meters square. You have to have the idea of the geometry here. Okay? Otherwise, we cannot proceed. So 12 times 12 is what? Isn't it 144? So now we got the area of the room and we got the area of the carpet, didn't we? Mutadi, did we get the areas? So now we need to divide the areas. Okay. What is area? Area means that how much space it is occupying. The volume, same as the volume, right? So if we have a very large room and we have small carpets, and we know that the whole room is occupying 1728 meters square and the carpets are occupying 144 meters square. So now we will divide the area of the room with the area of the carpets so that we can find out that how many such carpets we need to cover the whole area. Okay, so that will be the number of carpets is equal to 1728 divided by 144. So let's do the rough work. What should I do here? 144, 1728. So we can take it one time at first. So it is 144. If we are subtracting, so we will get 8. We will get 5, 6, 7, 20. And we will put the 8 down. So 144 will go to 288 2 times. 2 4s are 8, 2 4s are 8, 2 1s are 2. So we got 12. So we will be needing 12 carpets. We need 12 carpets. If the teacher wants to make the question a bit complicated, they will be giving something like that. And you remember that normally they give something like that, that a rectangular shaped garden is there and the square flower beds are there. Okay, so they will be dealing with rectangle and squares. So remember that. Okay, so that was it. I will be not trying to do the last one because we are already 10 minutes. Oh, I mean, what can I say? Like we have not spoiled, we have used for more 10 minutes in our math class. Let's see if we can finish the thing that I wanted to finish in the science. Okay, so let's go to the science class. We are having this one left. We will be doing that one in the next class, and then we will be starting the fractions. Let's go to the science class or science book. We were dealing with, yes.
Science copy ki check করেছেন?
Yeah, I have checked, but I didn't, what can I say, submitted the comments because they have given me a mark sheet to give. So I guess I will be giving the numbers over there. Okay, so that you can get all the subjects marked. And by tomorrow, I have already done the chapter 5's note. So as you need the chapter 5's note, Amira, so I will be giving it by tomorrow, okay?
Yes, miss.
Okay. So let's go to page number 49. In the last class of ours, we were talking about mixtures. And we also talked about that how can we separate different elements from different types of mixture, right? We talked about like if we are having tea, so from there we cannot get the tea, tea leaves, milk, sugar out. But we talked about this sort of mixture where there were some magnetic elements and some non-magnetic elements. And if you want to just separate those, then we can just use a magnet and hover over that mixture. All the magnetic things will be getting attracted to the magnet and all the non-magnetic things will be remaining on the paper, right? So in this way we can separate. Let's learn a bit more about different type of separation from mixtures. So we will be starting from here, page 49, if you are not still there. Okay, so in a mixture, two or more substances stay together while keeping their own properties. So it can be a good definition of mixture. If anybody asks that what do you understand by mixture, or if they ask define mixture, then you can tell that in a mixture, two or more substances will be together while they will be keeping their own properties. Okay, they will not change their properties. Okay, so in some mixtures, the substances are spread out evenly everywhere. This is called a homogeneous mixture. So that means rather than, suppose we have two elements. One is like a bit thick and the other is not that thick. So we can mix the two things in two different ways. What we can do, we can spread the smaller portion of thing evenly to the whole thick or the large amount of thing, right? Or we can do what? We can just put the small amount of thing in one corner of the large amount and we can just mix over there. So the one where we are spreading it evenly everywhere, those types of mixtures are called homogeneous mixture. Okay, let's see what's example. For example, in sugar juice, the sugar spreads evenly in the water. So even if we are making lemonade, we are squeezing the lemon juice inside of water and also putting some maybe sugar, right? So we are then stirring it so that every corner of the lemonade will be tasting the same, or it will taste different. In the first sip, it will be a bit sweeter. The second sip, it will not be that sweeter. It will not be like that, right? Because the mixture of lemon and the sugar has evenly spread throughout the water. So even if we drink it for the first time, or when we are finishing the glass, the taste will be the same, right? So this type of mixture is called the homogeneous mixture. Okay, we cannot see the sugar separately. In some mixture, we can clearly see the different substances. They are not spread evenly. Sometimes there is more in one place and less in another. So they are called what? The heterogeneous mixture. So I guess why they are not evenly spread? Because they hate each other. Okay, so that's why heterogeneous. And the other one, they didn't hate, so those are homogeneous. Okay, so example of a heterogeneous is what? A mixture of sand and iron powder. So even if we put one handful of sand and one handful of iron powder, or the powdery iron thing, and if you want to mix them very evenly, it will not be even. You can see that some of the places the sand is a bit more and some of the places maybe the iron is a bit more, right? You cannot mix them evenly because the powder, what can I say, the units are very small, that even if you try to just spread them in homogeneous way, you cannot do that. Okay, so that's the thing, that we cannot evenly spread that out because they are not flowing. Okay, so we have the homogeneous and we have the heterogeneous. So when the two things or the three things or how many things we have in the mixture are mixing up evenly everywhere, they are called the homogeneous. And if they are not spreading everywhere evenly, they are called heterogeneous. Okay, we separate the components of a mixture when we need them. There are different ways to do this. For example, to separate rice grain from husks. Husks mean like the cover of a paddy, okay? The covering that we have. So sometimes we have it, so we have to separate it before we cook it. So that's husks. So we have to separate rice and husks. So what we can do, we can use the wind. We can blow the wind, or we can turn the fan on, and all the husks are very light because they are just covers, right? So they will fly away or they will blow away, and the rice are a bit weighty, right? So they will remain on that container. Just think about when we eat peanut, badam, ki kori amra otar khosha chiliye, we give a rub to it, right? So all the outer layers get out of it, like separate. Then we blow it. So ওগুলো কি হয় উড়ে চলে যায়, right? বাদামের খোসাগুলো, and then we eat the badam. So something like that. Okay. So as their weights different, so we can use the wind to just blow away the very light things, and the heavy things will be there. We can use wind to separate tea leaves from a tea. We use strainer. See? আমরা তো চা ছেঁকে খাই, তাই না? Otherwise কি হয়? লিকার গুলো চলে আসে কাপের মধ্যে. So if we want to separate the liquor or the tea leaves from the tea, and we want to drink the last drop of the tea, then we can put a strainer. We can pour the tea over the strainer, so all the tea, the liquid thing will be on the cup, and the tea leaves will be collected on the strainer, right? So we are separating it. Okay, we can separate sugar from sugar juice as well. It's a bit tough, but there's a way. By heating it. So you know that when we heat water, what happens? The water turns into water vapor, right? So if we have water and we have sugar inside, so if we evaporate or heat the water will go out and only the sugars will be there. Okay, so that's how we can separate, by the use of evaporation. So we can separate sugar from sugar juice or any kind of juice by heating it. When heated, the water changes into steam or water vapor and they vaporizes. They go up. We use to separate substances while the sugar stays at the bottom. As I said, the sugar will be there, but the water will be going up by vaporizing. The method we use to separate substances depend on their properties. So you can see that husk and rice, we could just blow them away. But when we separated the liquid from, like the tea, from the, tea leaves, we had to use a strainer. Wind was not enough at that time. And also when we are separating the sugar from the sugar mixture like water, then we are using another method by heating it and vaporizing it, right? So for different elements, on the basis of their properties, we are using different methods to separate them. ঠিক আছে? তুমি একটা juice যদি তুমি নাও, 1 glass of juice, and if you blow it, যে water গুলো সব পুড়ে যাও, will it happen? It will not, right? Because that's not the proper way to separate a liquid from the sugar, because it has a different method. So that's what they are telling us to understand. So we got to know about two things over here. We got to know about homogeneous and heterogeneous thing. So if the elements of a mixture are evenly spread out everywhere, we can call it a homogeneous mixture. But if the elements of the mixture are not evenly distributed, maybe in one place it's more, one place it's less, then it will be called as heterogeneous mixture. And we also got to know the second thing, that is different elements or different type of mixtures will need different methods to be separated because their properties are different. ঠিক আছে? So let's move on to the next page. Page 50. So we have a new topic over here. Is it the... Yeah, it is the last topic. Good. So we have what? Saving and reusing materials. You can see there's 3 logos, right? I think that you have heard the word recycle.
Yes, miss.
That means when we are done with using something and we don't need it anymore, we can change it and a bit reform it and use it in another way, right? So that's called recycling. Like suppose what happens, the clothes that gets very old, like it turned out and all, what do our moms do? They cut the piece of paper, cloth, and they make some dusting cloth with it, right? Or maybe the floor mat or something like that. So they are reusing it in a different purpose. So that can be called as a recycle. When we are drinking water from the plastic bottles, and when we are throwing them away, there's a certain group of people who will collect those ones and they will try to recycle it by making something else out of those plastic. Maybe they will make toys or something else. Okay, so these are called recycle. And why recycle is important? Because we are not wasting. We are using the same thing and we are repurposing it or using it for another purpose, right? So that's a kind of saving things. So let's see what they have said. When unnecessary things or garbage mix with air, soil, or water, it can cause pollution, right? If the garbage is mixing up with the air, we can call it air pollution. If it is mixing up with soil, we will calling it soil pollution. So wherever the garbage and the bad things are mixing up, we can call that thing what? Pollution. So water pollution can spread various diseases and harm animals. 2, okay, soil pollution causes the soil to lose its fertility. That means the good crops will not be anymore grow from there, right? Resulting it reduces the crop production. So the crops will not be that much. Yes, Alia. Baba, I can't hear you. I don't know if you have unmuted yourself, but I cannot hear you. We cannot. Can anybody else hear her?
No, miss.
Not Alia. So I guess you can write it down on the chat. Let's continue when she is writing. I can see that when she will be done. So as we are saying that if, okay, she is done. Is the glass is, if the glass is eco-friendly or not. Okay, so we know that the glass are mainly made out of sand particles, right? So that's the biggest amount of raw material that they will be needing. So when we are talking about eco-friendly, we normally talk about the things which can get mixed in the soil and will not harm the soil. So if you think about that sense, yeah, the sands, the glass is made out of sand. So yeah, sands are going back to soil and all. But it's not like that, because only sand is not the thing that we are getting as glass, right? We have some other things like silicon and some other things. So they are not degradable. That means they will not perish and mix with soil. So yeah, we cannot say that glass is eco-friendly that much. Okay? Okay, so as we are saying that if something is getting polluted, it is causing some problems, right? So that's what they have said, that if the air is polluted, we will be suffocating and that will be bad for our health. If the soil is polluted, then crops will not be grown. Good qualities of crops will not be grown. And if we are talking about the water pollution, then it can spread some waterborne diseases, right? It can also do the harm to the aquatic animals that we have, the fish, the other things that are living on that water. So these are the things that they are saying that will happen if we are polluting those things. So by reducing the waste and reusing things properly, we can keep the environment clean and stay healthy. So instead of just throwing the things here and there, we can reuse it. That's what they are saying, okay? So we can reduce the waste by reusing the things. So let's see, we have an activity. What we have at home and school, we throw away many things after using them. Make a list of such items. So as they have said, water bottle made of plastic. How can we use it? We use it in kitchen, make a flower pot or a pen stand. Yeah, we can make those. What other things do we throw away?
Miss, plastic spoons, forks.
Okay. Yeah, we can, okay, let's write one time utensils. Okay. Utensils means the things that we are using, like it can be a plate, it can be the one-time glass, the plastic one, the fork that she has talked about, okay? And they are also made out of plastic. So what else we can use this one-time things for?
Miss, to take spices from a jar.
Yes, we can use it to measure or take out spices. Give me a moment. Okay. What else? The one that I have talked about, the clothes, right? Old clothes. They are made out of what? We call it like, or we can write, it's made out of clothes. So we should write here old dress or shirt or whatever you want. And they are made out of clothes. And we can write, use it as a duster, or we can say dusting clothes. So these are a few options or the things that we normally throw away, and we can use it in different ways. So let's I want to finish this chapter, so let's go to the next page of ours, page 50. We have, see, the three symbols I was talking about, they means three different things. So this triangular thing means reduce, the circular things means reuse, and this thing that is going one way to another, it's kind of in between the circle and the triangle, right? So that means recycle. So we have three R's. We have reuse, we have reduce, we have reuse, and we have recycle. Okay, so these are three different things. What is it? This is one of the reduce. I'm talking about the reduce first. This is one of the most important steps in protecting our environment. We must use resources carefully and avoid all forms of waste, right? Water we should not waste. Any kind of energy like light energy or electricity we should not waste. Anything that we are using in our day-to-day life or day-to-day life, that we should not be wasting. So that's one of the things, reducing. Not to waste means to reduce it. For example, we should not let water run unnecessarily while bathing or brushing our teeth. Similarly, we should switch off lights, fans, and other electrical appliances before leaving our room so that we can reduce the use of it. That means we are saving it. We will always try to be mindful and use only what we really need. Okay? So that was the reducing part. Reduce, we have learned about it, like decreasing the use of it. Then we have reuse. You can see that the plastic bottle, it was supposed to be filled with water. We are done drinking the water and then it has made into a pot, right? For a small plant. So something we throw away, sometimes we throw away things that can still be useful. For example, an empty plastic bottle can be turned into a flower pot, a spice jar, or even a pen holder. We can cut the the top part, and we will get a pen holder, right? Okay, old clothes can be cut and used for cleaning our homes, that I said already. By reusing items in creative ways, we reduce waste and help keep the environment clean and healthy. Okay, so we are reusing it. And the last one is recycle. How is it a bit different than reusing? Let's see. So some things cannot be reused directly. If we keep them properly and send them for recycling, there's factories for recycling. Okay, so if we send them there, they can be made into new products. As I have said, that if we have plastic bottles and cups and all, they will not make them into new plastic bottle and cups and all. That will be a bit dirty, right? So that's why they can make, we have a lot of plastic balls, plastic toys, right? So they can melt the plastics from there and they can make something new, which will not be bad for health. So that will be the recycling. So they are made into new products. For example, tin, plastic, glass, and paper can be recycled to make new things. Recycling reduces the waste and helps protect the environment. So all these reduce, reuse, and recycle thing is basically doing what? Reducing the waste and also keeping our environment clean. The composting, this is the very last thing. In the kitchen, we often get lots of waste from vegetable, fish, fruit, or meat, right? We cannot reuse it or recycle it anyway. So what we can do it, if we bury this waste property in the soil, if we dug up a soil and put them inside and, put the soil again in the right place, that means we are burying them like a dead body, it will rot and turns into compost. This compost can be used as a natural fertilizer to grow crops. We can also use cow dung. Okay, in the village area, they also dry the cow dung and they make some fine powder with it and then they spread it on their fields. So the field will become more fertile and the crops that will be growing will be more rich with nutrients and healthy. Okay, so all the kacha moila that we have, the raw materials that we cannot use in any other way, so those we can turn into compost, which will be using as fertilizer to grow crops. Okay, so that was it about the 5th chapter. So I will be as soon as possible giving you the notes. Okay, so that if you have this chapter in your exam of your class, the midterm or the what you said, I don't know. So that will be helpful for you. Okay, so that was it, everyone. I took extra 6 minutes from your life. So sorry about that. So we will be again meeting on Monday. Okay. So bye-bye. And by then you will be also knowing your math numbers or results. What do you say? So yeah. Yes, what?
A new magic.
A new magic. Okay, if you want to see the new magic of Tashfia, you can wait for a while. Okay, what's the magic called? First tell us.
It's a magic pen.
It's a magic
About.
pen. Okay.
But first I have to, change my background.
Okay, change it. For some reason it's not changing. That's the magic.
Yes, it's not the magic. We'll show you the paper. The paper.
Okay, bye-bye. Move the okay, I can see a piece of paper.
What is written in that paper?
That I cannot see.
Well, can you wait a minute?
If you want to leave anyone, you can leave. Or if you want to stay for a while, then you can stay.